Hello, my name is Heather Hatch, and I am reviewing the leveled literacy intervention. So here are the little pictures of the box sets there. Here's the blue box set you can see. So each box set has 4 to 6 copies of each book that will be needed in full color, and then also black and white ones to bring home. There are lab books, programs and lesson guides for everything, writing notebooks for the students because there are writing assignments, stopwatch calculator, all of the guides the teacher would need. And they're all listed in there for you. There's folders for the lessons and student folders, take-home things, fountas and Pinel, pre-printed materials, and access to tutoring, online videos, professional development, and a 1-year subscription. So there's a lot in each box set. And here are the prices. You can see for each box set. Each box set is a different grade, and each grade has several levels in it. The WWC intervention report included 2 studies that they felt met their standards of the implementation of the LLI developers. And there were 747 students, kindergarten through 2nd grade, in 3 different school districts. They found positive results in the experimental groups and potential in general for their reading achievement, potential positive effects on reading fluency, and no significant increase in the letter phonics correlation in beginning readers. Lesson strategy and order. This is just the basics of how the lessons work. It's a 5-day-a-week program, 30 minutes for the beginning students and 45 minutes for the intermediate students. Each lesson starts with the book from the day before, and there are 2 books in each lesson. So they start with the book from the day before, they reread it, and they discuss a short lesson on phonics or word building, and then a correlating writing assignment. So all these different activities are in the box sets, and then they start a new book and have a discussion. The books alternate from instructional level to independent level, and there are assessments also included in order to figure out what those levels are for each student. And then you work in 3 to 5 student groups for this. And then when the students are working on reading fluency, the teacher gives them hints to help them figure out what the author is meaning and how to read the story. So in the examples I've seen, the teacher will have students either read aloud or read to themselves, and then she'll take turns having the student read to her or him in order to get a feel for their reading fluency and give them hints on how to make that smoother and to think about what the author is meaning in their writing. Okay, the first article review is one done by the Center of Research and Educational Policy. There is the link for that one. It reviewed a study that was done in 2 school districts, and they were trained on LLI curriculum. It was Tifton, Georgia, and Middleton, New York. So different areas of the country. 427 students were involved, and they did that selection. Some of them are random and some of them were specific by their demographics in order to make sure there was a good sample of all the demographics of students. And there was 72, almost 73 average of sessions for the 1st, 2nd graders, and 37.5 for the kindergartners. The report is very, the article has a very detailed account of the methods that were used, education and qualifications of the teachers, and the demographics and ages of the students. And so here are the results. Well, I paraphrase the results, but not a significant difference made in one of the groups, but overall there was a big difference and a positive effect on the literacy, especially compared to the control group. They even saw many of the students who started at below grade level reach a higher level than the students that had started at grade level. So they had surpassed their counterparts in the control group as far as reading level, comprehension, and fluency went. Variables that contributed to teacher qualifications, trainings, materials, appropriate motivation in the leveled books. So choosing books that students were interested in, and the duration. Okay, Lisa Taylor from Walden University had an interesting review, and it was a paper, really. There's a lot of background information on her paper of the laws and educational theories that led to the educational effort to bring literacy up to grade level and help students who were behind. But then it does get into a review of a study completed in rural school district of southeastern region of US. 72 students. They started at a low reading level according to the testing that was already done on those students. So they used standardized testing. And this was grades 2nd through 5th. Students scored considerably higher on both post tests after having the intervention compared to the control groups, and they demonstrated a positive social change in self-esteem and interest in reading. What I found very helpful in this article was actually her description of the meaningful based instruction, which after reading this and looking at the videos, you can see how the teachers do this even at the lower grade levels, and it really gives a clear picture of how the intervention works and the positive impact it has on the comprehension and shifting from the decoding to meaningful instruction even at the younger ages. So it explains the teacher's role, the pre-lesson role as far as selecting the books and preparing an introduction, excuse me, keeping in mind the background knowledge of the students, experience and skills, and then preparing questions to keep the students engaged during the reading. And then it describes beautifully the role of the teacher during the lesson as far as asking questions, building expectations, helping the students notice information and how they model and encourage, and confirming the students' problem-solving attempts, which I thought was a beautiful thing to point out there as far as getting the students, encouraging them and increasing their self-confidence and their ability to take meaning from their readings, and making note of the strategies used in order to know where to help them out and which students use which strategies. Excuse me. So students read the whole text during their guided reading portion of the lesson, and either silently or to the others. Teachers talk to the students about the text after that and invite personal responses. Teachers assess the students for comprehension, and then there are activities assigned that they can either complete together or with themselves, including drama, writing, art, and additional readings. Okay, so here is another point of view, a different article, and this was looking at the older age groups. It does describe how the intervention was started for the younger age groups, but educators are using it K through 12 at this point. This age group that looked at is 6th through 8th graders, but there was disappointing results in this one. These students started at a level 4 years behind, and there was actually no improvement found and a negative impact on the ELA literacy. The author contributed to that possibly to the effect of being pulled out of regular class and missing grade level content. The just note there that the link to that article is there, but on this next slide, I have it here too. So why did the intervention fail? What the author considered was there was challenges of the implementation. There were delayed start days, varying end dates, trade-off between pull-out groups and scheduled class, skipped and modified lessons components. So there was low to medium fidelity, which was a variable that was discussed in the WWC report, actually, is keeping high fidelity and sticking to the curriculum is important for positive results, which makes sense. Limited teacher training and attendance problems. It did state that a lot of the students did not attend all of the lessons. So this is something to consider when you're looking at interventions, and the results of them is that you actually have to follow the intervention and have students need to be there. The paper did report that there were positive reports from other schools of the same age group who had better results due to better implementation. So that is disappointing, but eye-opening results there. All right, I stuck 3 different videos on this slide to look at. This first one I really enjoyed, and like I said, after reading Taylor's description of guiding reading and meaningful instruction, here she is, this one with Janet Henderson, modeling level literacy intervention. She is a wonderful teacher to watch in this video. She works with these 3 students and personalizes the lesson for each one. She has them, she's talks to all 3 of them, but she also talks to each individual student. And at one point where they are reading through, they have time to read to themselves. Oh, here's my first grader. Hi, I'm doing a video for school. Can I talk to you later? So this teacher has the students reading by themselves, and then she has them also read to her and take turns reading to her, and then she gives them tips on their figuring out what the teacher means or what the author means, and how to read the book like they're telling stories. Do you read books like you're telling a story? You're not feeling well.
I can't read, remember?
Well, that's why we're gonna work on it. You can read.
Yeah, I can't read the big words.
Oh, I can't read the big ones.
Yeah. No, okay. Not the big words, like the sight words.
Okay. You can do this intervention with me over the summer. The next video there is a teacher with younger students, and it's also a good one to watch. And she works more with phonics with them. It says level A, so they are probably kindergartners. The last video on here, useful video, fluency assessment. So this is just a little example. If you haven't seen or done a fluency assessment, reading fluency assessment, it shows you exactly what is done to do that. So I just found that one helpful as well. So thanks, guys. Hope you find this helpful. And I'm certainly, like I was just saying to my little one, that I'm going to try to use these methods that I learned from studying this with him to help him over the summer prepare for 2nd grade. And I think it will be useful if you have the curriculum for it. It's my opinion. All right, thank you.